Hello everyone. So the next concept that we will be learning is insecticides and pesticides. This is a part of the paper 4.3 unit 1. So when we speak about pesticides, it is any substance or mixture of substances intended for preventing, destroying, repelling or mitigating any pest. Any substance or mixture of substances intended to for use as a plant regulator, defoliant, desiccant or it can be any nitrogen stabilizer. Here basically pesticides means that we want to prevent any type of pest by either preventing it from multiplying or destroying it completely or repelling away from the area that it might invade, or it may be mitigating any type of pest. Mitigating meaning it might not allow, the pesticide will not allow the pest to enter that particular area. Now generally when pesticides are seen, they are intended to be used as a plant regulator. Sometimes there would be a weed system where it will act as a plant regulator. The pesticides when applied on the weeds might die. It might act as a defoliant. That means it might not allow the insect to growth. It might act as a desiccant. It might remove all the water from the insect so that the insect dies. Or it can be any kind of nitrogen stabilizer where we see that the excess of the nitrogen is given and the insect eventually dies. So this can be a definition for a pesticide. For an insecticide, it is any toxic substance that is used to kill insects. Such substances are used primarily to control pests that infest cultivated plants or to eliminate disease carrying insects in the specific areas. Now, when we come to insecticide, it means to kill. Now, insects are killed because they are generally primarily seen as disease carrying vectors. That means they carry certain bacteria or they might carry certain fungi which act as a carrying vectors and it might affect the plant in an agricultural setup. Whereas certain insecticides, they might control the pests. That means they might not allow the pests to grow or to multiply itself on the cultivated plants only. So this can be seen as an insecticide. These are the common examples of pesticides that we can observe. Endosulfan, in which there is a presence of a sulfur, chlorine substance, oxygen through an ethereal linkage. Permethrin, in which again there is a presence of chlorine, there is a presence of benzene structure, there is a presence of a structure which is a three-membered ring. Carbofuran. In carbofuran, we observe there is a presence of nitrogen, a benzene structure, and there are various methyl groups and carbonyl carbons. Malathion structure, in which malathion is seen to contain phosphorus, sulfur, and we also see various types of oxygens which are through ethereal linkage or through carbonyl carbon. Even methyl groups are associated. Now, when we look for pesticides, we see that there is a presence of kind of heteroatom like oxygen, chlorine, sulfur, phosphorus, apart from common carbon-hydrogen system. So, pesticides can be effective because of the presence of these heteroatoms. Coming to insecticides. Insecticides example can be chlorfluazuron, in which again there is a presence of chlorine, fluorine presence, there is an oxygen, there is again an heteroatom present. Diflubenzuron, again there is a presence of fluorine, carbonyl carbon, nitrogen, and flufenozuron, in which again there is a presence of fluorine, there is an amide content, there is a presence of ethereal linkage. So these again we can see that insecticides also have got certain types of heteroatoms. Mostly they are seen as halogenic atoms where they are effective to control the kind of pests. Coming to the classification of insecticides. Now these are based on chemical composition. Firstly, they can be classified as organic components or inorganic components. That is whether they are organic compounds or inorganic compounds. Second is based on mode of entry in the insects. It is classified as Contact poisons. That means once the insecticide is sprayed on the skin, the insect dies. Now such insecticides, they are called as contact poisons. Fumigant poisons, in which these fumigants, they enter into the respiratory system when upon sprayed and the insect dies. Stomach poison, that means the insect eats these insecticides and then they enter the stomach of the insect and the insect dies. Systemic poisons, in which these insecticides, they hit the central nervous system of the insect and eventually the insect dies. The third is mode of action. It is classified as physical poisons, nerve poisons, respiratory poisons, protoplasmic poisons, general poisons and chitin inhibitors. Now when we come to physical poisons, that means again it is a skin contact system only. Nerve poisons hitting the central nervous system. Respiratory poisons where we speak about fumigation system. Protoplasmic poisons where the insecticides enter the cellular content and then the cell eventually dies. General poisons. Now these can be seen, either they can affect the respiratory system, digestive system, so on and so forth. Chitin inhibitors, that means these will not allow the insect to grow itself. That means the larva stage will remain into larval stage only. Next is based on toxicity, it is classified into four types. Before we try to understand what are these four types, let us understand what is this LD50 value. LD50 meaning lethal dose. Now if there are 100 insects present, how much content of an insecticide is required so that 50% of these insects die. So 100 insects, that means how much content is required so that the 50 insects die. Based on this, these are categorized into extremely toxic. The color for this type of insecticide is given as red. That means just giving 1 to 50 milligram of the component, the insects, 50% of the insects die. Moderately toxic, the color indicated would be blue, where it is an oral LD50 values. That means given through the digestive system, giving around 501 to 5000 milligram component, the insects will die. Highly toxic, the color can be yellow, oral LD50 values, that means 50 to 51, LD50, 51 to 500, again we can see that the 50% of the insects would die between 50 milligram to 500 milligram. Less toxic, that the color indicated would be green. Oral LD50 value would be greater than 5000 milligram. Now such type of insecticides, they are again given in terms of extremely toxic, moderately toxic, highly toxic, less toxic, based on how much amount of the component is required so that the 50% of the insect population will die. Next is based on the stage of specificity, it is classified as ovicides. That means whether the ovicides, that means ovary content could be killed. That means ovum could be killed, that is called as ovicides. Pupicide, that means the pupa stage could be killed. Larvicide, the larval stage can be killed, and adulticides where the adult insects can be killed. That means ovum can be killed, pupa can be killed, larva can be killed and adult insect can be killed. So based on the stage specificity of the insecticide, again it is classified into ovicides where ovums or ova are killed, that means eggs are killed. Pupicides, that means pupa stage is killed. Larvicides meaning larval stage is killed, and adulticides meaning adult stage is killed. So these are the basic classification of insecticides. What are the types of insecticides? That means there are three different types of insecticides that we try to consider. First insecticide is called as systemic insecticide. This type of insecticide is introduced in the soil for it to get absorbed by the plant roots. Once the insecticide enters the root, it moves to an external areas such as leaves, fruits, twigs and branches. It forms a layer on the plant surface area and acts as a poison to any insect that come to chip the plant. Basically now these are introduced in the soil and then it is taken up by the sap of the plant and then it moves through leaves, fruits and branches. Once the insect tries to attack or chew the plant, the insect eventually dies. Common example would be aldicarb. Now after chewing, it can be said to be a stomach insecticide, or after chewing it might enter into a central nervous system, killing the insect. The common example is Urticaria, where there is a presence of oxygen, presence of nitrogen, sulfur and various other types of methyl groups are present. So this is an example for systemic insecticide. Ingested. Some examples of ingested pesticides are rat and roach. That means the rats and roach insecticides, they are kept as a solid material and the rats and roach would eat them and then they would die. Common example is hexachlorocyclohexane. Here there is a cyclohexane which is attached by 6-chlorine system. Now this is taken as a stomach insecticide where the rats would eat this and then they would die. Contact. These types of insecticide act like bullets that aim only at a particular target to kill insects by its application. Usually household insect sprays work like contact insecticides and it must be directly hit the insect. Now this we can see that they are just sprayed upon the insects and in turn they would just come in contact with the skin and eventually the insect dies. Common example can be chloroidine structure where there is a presence of cyclopentane structure and there is a presence of a norbornene type of structure where there is a presence of chlorine as an heteroatom. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 chlorine atoms associated with this particular compound, which is a contact poison called as chlordane. Now coming to classification of insecticides based on the chemical nature. Now based on chemical nature they are again classified into 4 groups. One is organic insecticides, synthetic insecticides, inorganic insecticides and miscellaneous compounds. Whether they are part of organic compounds or they are synthetically prepared or they are inorganic insecticides or miscellaneous compounds. Now we can see that under organic component DDT is the common insecticide that we can observe. Presence of a chlorine is observed over here. Now when we come to synthetic insecticide, it can be tetramethrin or thiamethoxam in which there is a presence of this 3-membered ring, presence of nitrogen, oxygen. Again here I can say that there is a presence of a dioxane type of system in thiamethoxam which allows it to be an insecticide along with sulfur and chlorine content. The presence of electron withdrawing system like nitro group enhances the insecticide quality. When I come to inorganic insecticides, I can observe that arsenic can be one of the insecticide that can be observed. Now arsenic hydroxide along with electron withdrawing group like nitro group would allow the system in such a way that there would be a strong insecticidal property. Coming to miscellaneous compounds, lot of compounds fall under this insecticidal property where there will be presence of S double bond O, that is sulfoxide type of system along with a 6-membered ring, 5-membered ring. Such type of miscellaneous compounds can also be seen under insecticides classification. There are some insecticides which are said to be naturally occurring. That means they will be plant-based system. They have to be just extracted through a proper channel and they can be used as an insecticide. Common examples can be pyrethrum and rotenone. In pyrethrum, we can observe that there is a 3-membered ring. There is an ethereal connection in the 5-membered ring and a long chain system present. Under rotenone, I can observe that there is a 5-membered ring like a benzofuran structure and there is a 6-membered ring attached to a benzene system. The only heteroatoms that we are able to observe in this naturally occurring insecticides would be oxygen and the benzene structure is present in rotenone whereas a long chain structure is present in pyrethrum system. When we try to alter this R with various types of chlorine fluorine system, sometimes it is observed that the activity of these insecticides have been enhanced.